Welcome to Parenting Neurodivergent Humans. I'm Dr. Morgan Beitelman.
And I'm Brianne Colpitz, and we are so glad you're here.
I feel like this podcast has been years in the making. Like, every time we talk, we go back to the fact that neurodivergent parents and families need support and they need community.
We vibe
And
on it. We vibe.
yeah, this is our attempt at a neurodivergent community and having a space that is understanding and supportive.
Yep, places and people who understand neurodivergent kids, parents, all the things, so that we can accept and support our kids, not try to fix them because they're not broken and that's not a thing. And yeah, just to kind of embrace how their brain works because that's our reality.
So let's talk about who we are and why we are qualified to talk about this stuff. I am Dr. Morgan Beitelman. I am a former school psychologist, now licensed clinical psychologist, but I also was a classroom teacher for 17 years. I've been a school administrator. I am a parent of a neurodivergent now adult, and I also identify as neurodivergent myself. Brianne?
Yeah. What's up, everybody? I'm Brianne Colpitz. I am a school psychologist who took my show to the road. I no longer work in schools, but I have a private practice doing social coaching with twice exceptional, those kids who are gifted and also have a disability, and high masking kids. I am a parent to a couple neurodivergent kids myself, and I'm one of those late realized autistic humans who also is double blessed with ADHD. And one of those folks who realized their neurodivergence from learning about their kids' neurodivergence. So if you're one of those, definitely stick around. You're going to resonate with what we have to say here. Morgan, do you remember how we met?
I do remember how we met because I had a couple of clients really talking you up. I was like, I got to talk to this woman because social skills, at least from my standpoint, I have a lot of kids who also benefit from social skills support. And there's a couple of different shows in town that provide social skills support. And generally speaking, it goes horribly for our kids and the kids that I directly serve on my caseload, their families. I am not exaggerating when I say that I've had more than one family talk about like having to pry their child's like hand off of the door when they were going to social skills. And you were distinctly different from that. Like the kids love to go. And I actually think that that's because you are neurodivergent affirming versus I think kids in a lot of other spaces feel like they're needing to be fixed. And like we said, we're not here to fix kids because there's nothing wrong with them.
That's right.
Yeah. And so I was super excited to get on the horn with you. Is that a saying? Is that the right saying? Well, that's the one I went with.
Yeah. Horns were involved. Let's just say that. So, little meet cute scenario between Morgan and I. We have not officially met in person yet. We have been on Zoom calls, many Zoom calls. We have done workshops together, helped families in different ways. But I went back to my email to see like when did we first connect, and it was in 2021. So this, like you said, this has been a long time in the making.
I
So
almost
here we
forgot that we haven't met in person.
I know. It feels like we have because I feel like, I don't know. I feel the kindred neurodivergent connection. So here we are with a podcast now. The idea
Yeah, so
of
what are we
this,
doing this season?
yeah, well, the idea is simple. We want to provide ideas, support, understanding, and community to people parenting neurodivergent kids in an affirming way because we think you're awesome. We know you're trying hard and doing an awesome job, and we know your kids are amazing. And we want to bring those vibes and also give you strategies and support so that you feel like you are nailing it when it comes down to your parenting.
Yeah, so this season we're going to tackle misconceptions about neurodivergent kids, answer lots of questions. So please, if you have questions, submit them. We have shows coming up on kind of like picking your battles, life as a neurodivergent adult, home hacks, and technology, because that is a major pain point for people. So definitely want to do an episode on that. And we're still planning episodes. So if you have questions or topics that you definitely want us to cover, please send us a note. You can find us on Instagram. And then I also have a Google form that you can submit questions that way.
Awesome.
I should say that will be in the show note. You can submit it right there.
So our first full episode just went up. It's about why the back to school season can be so hard for neurodivergent kids and parents and how we can support them. So make sure you give that a listen now. Also, be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss any new episodes. They'll be coming out each Tuesday morning. And lastly, if you're a good fit for our community, come join us. See what we're up to. We'd love to have you follow us on the different channels that are out there. You can find us on Instagram. Dr. Morgan is Dr. Morgan Beitelman. You're going to want to check the show notes for the spelling there. Brianne, that's me. It's Brianne Colpitts. And yeah, we'll see you on the socials and here at the podcast. Thanks for listening. We're doing the podcast.
We're
Let's
doing
roll.
the podcast.